What's up, traders? John Howell, officialjohnhowe.com. In this video, we're going to have a look at a bit of a market update. What's happened in the market update the last night? Also, we're going to also have a look at gold as well too. See what gold's been doing. And the reason why we're looking at gold is because it's actually sharing a picture with that. So let's get into it.
Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader.
Alright, so let's get straight into it. What I want to share with you in this video, I want to give you a bit of a market update and also want to look at gold. Now, we'll get to the charts in just a minute where we have a look at the markets and also look at gold as well too. But I want to share something with you, and this is also your ability to read the charts and how to read the charts. So the thing with gold, okay, the thing with gold, what's happening with gold right now is that gold has come up, has made a peak, come down, and it's broken up, and this line, you'll get the marker here, this line through here, there is a band from there to probably up there somewhere. That there is a weekly support level. Okay, a weekly support level. Now, it's been a lot of strong buyers going up through there, and what's happened is the market has been slowly pulling back into those areas of support. So based on that, and plus we're getting our stochastics almost down the bottom here, almost turning around as well too. So that's the stochastics. And the market pulling down through here. So if we get a breakout like that with some good volume, we could expect this happening in gold moving forward. So we're going to wait for the breakout first, but if it does break out, then we have a lot more. We have another run in gold coming. A lot of people are saying bearish in gold. I'm saying right now, if it holds and we get a breakout out of this flag, which you'll see in a minute on the charts, if we get that, and it holds this support level, then we're going up. If not, if the market then breaks back down and starts to close below that level through there, especially if we get an increase in volume, then down we go towards the lows. But I would actually say, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would say that this market, that gold is likely to hold where it is right now, and we're likely to see some movement to the high side. So if you watched yesterday's video, I talked about support and resistance on the weekly chart if you're trading a daily chart, always using the higher time frame. And so that's what also we're going to talk about in this video today. So anyway guys, let's get to the charts.
Alright, let's get straight into the charts in this chart segment. And firstly, we want to look at just have a quick market update on what's happened in the markets. Firstly, I put out a video a couple of days ago saying, whoa. I put out a video a couple of days ago saying, look at the weekly charts. The weekly charts right now are hovering around this area of resistance where we are right now. So tonight, I think there's another FOMC announcement coming out, or another press release about that. We are actually at those levels of resistance, and so I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see a pullback overall when we're seeing this here. And especially if you look at the monthly charts over here, you can see here in the monthly charts that we just had problems closing below. We had really sort of a lot of problems closing below it, and once we did, now we're at those levels right now as we speak. So we're definitely in a lot of areas of congestion, and I would actually say we're likely due for a pullback. So anyway, we'll just wait and see what happens with that. So that's the S&P 500. Dow Jones is very similar. This is actually this band here is actually that weekly sort of resistance area up through there. So it's more if I bring that down a little bit more, you can see that that's the low areas low as that area through there, and then as high as up through there. So that's where that whole level through there, if I bring it up on the daily chart, that whole level through there is that major area of sort of a banded area of support and resistance levels. And if we bring our cursor up through here, we can see how that is likely to come into play as well too. So yes, we could get another 1 or 2 updates, due to whatever happens in the markets. But But I don't think we're going to I don't think we're simply going to stay here and race to new highs. I think we might get a pullback and then maybe another race to new highs. Looking at the Russell had the biggest down day. It was 1.2% on the downside. Seeing that there, and as well as I was saying in yesterday's video, that you can see that Russell in the long-term weekly support level, you can see here that you had support, running up, hitting resistance, and now pulling back to support, as you can see through here. So this resistance point and this support point, you can see that the market drops down, market brings back up, and then starts to go sideways. So the Russell continues to be the weakest one out of the whole lot. And so you can see that with the Russell and the Nasdaq. Look what's happened with the Nasdaq. Big gap up, three doji days. 3 doji days. The market has never done that. Never. And the last time it did that was over here. You can see at 1, 2, 3, and then we had a down day, and then I followed through to the downside, and then we started doing what it's doing. So that generally means a reversal when that happens on any charts. You can see here, if I go back over the charts, and you can actually see when that happened. You see we actually had 1, 2, 3 doji, and then a gap up, 1, 2, 3 doji, gap up, doji, and then a down day. Not much going on there. Gap up, 1, 2, 3, and then a reversal. 1, 2, 3, and then a reversal. So we're seeing a lot of that now. Now, if we do indeed get a down bar like through here, then that is the sign of a reversal. I think they call that in candlesticks or whatever, a reversal. So I'm seeing a lot more downside to come if that happens on the Nasdaq. But even if that doesn't happen on the Nasdaq, you can see these trend lines through here, what we're looking at right now. If we actually bring this up here, you can see that this is actually on the weekly chart over here. And if I bring the monthly chart up, this is the monthly chart. That's what the high is there, the high is there. And you can see where we are right now. So Nasdaq is actually a lot stronger than all the other indices due to the fact that you can actually see this whole level through here. It's actually closing above it right now. So where's it going to close over the next couple of days? Are we going to get a close above that line there, which, as you can see on the monthly charts, it had problems closing above, and then it had problems closing below, and once it did, now it's trying to close above. So are we going to get a close above that line, by the end of this month? So we just have to wait and see what happens there. So, but the market is still at an area of a lot of resistance, and yeah, so that's what we're seeing all through there. So anyway, so that's what we see there on the Nasdaq. And so let's actually get straight into gold. Let me show you what I see on gold. Now, let me take everything off the screen here just for a minute, and so we can actually see what's happening here. Looking at gold, I want you to notice something with gold, okay? You can see that looking at gold, there's a few things that I see here. One, we can see that we have a trough, a peak, a trough, a peak, and now it's trying to make a trough, okay? And we can actually also see that it was like, you can see if you draw a trend line, if you draw like a line over these bars, you can actually see what is basically happening overall. So you can see that there, right? And you can see this little pullback there. So you can see if you looked at that, you say, okay, look, that was that high there, that's the high there. Look where we are right now. We're actually at that area of support. 1 resistance, 2 resistance, now we're getting at that level of support. Makes sense? So that's where we are right now on the daily chart. But you also can see the strength in moves. You can see how this is a strong run up, and it's a weak move down. So I'm expecting this out of gold. I'm expecting it probably to run back up towards, $118 looking at this here. So that's the strength in move. That's the peaks and troughs. But if also you look at the weekly chart, this is the weekly chart in gold. Look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart is saying that there's a support level, a support area, I should say. It's not a level. It's hardly ever an A level. It's always an area. The area, if you look at this here, the area is as low as these bottom bits through here, and probably as high as these sort of points. So this point through here, you can see how, and again, I'm not making this up. I'm just trying to identify. It rejected it there, almost rejected it there. Definitely had a rejection there, had a rejection there, broke through, had a rejection there. So you can see that whole area right now, and also you can see a lot of resistance support through there. That whole area right now is indeed a support level, okay? So if we bring that there, and we bring this back to the daily chart, okay, and let me bring this daily chart up for you. I apologize for all the charts we're looking at here, but I do have a lot of charts here. But we bring this daily chart up. What do we see? Firstly, we can see the market had a big strong run up, and now it's had a pullback into this level of support here. See that there? And so now we're having a big level of support. We're getting these strong buyers, weak sellers, and look where the stochastics are. Now, I'm not saying the stochastics are be all and end all with the markets, but they really do help. If you got market moving higher, like for example, you can see the last time it was down here, that was that point through there, and the market took off. The last time was here, that was that point through there, and the market took off. That point, not so much, and it failed. But look what was happening. We're in a downtrend, right? We're completely in a downtrend. So if we're making lower peaks, lower troughs, look at that there. Use that high point there. They went through there. Okay, look at the low point through there. That was a low point through there. Look at the high point through there. That was a high point through there, and so on and so forth. That was that high point through there, and that was that high point through there. You can see last time I was through there. Was that low point through there, and it took off. Now what we're doing here is we're trying to identify the conditioning between we're looking at the price action aligned with indicators, right? So firstly, we can see that we had this big strong run up, a big strong run down. We're into this overall area now of weekly support. We're getting the stochastics down here on the overbought section. I'm not saying it's going to go up, but if we definitely do hold here and start to get some movement up, and we maybe another 1 or 2 down days in gold, and that'll get the stochastics right down there. That'll see a really nice turning point. Now, indeed, if we actually hold here and break up, and we break up with what? We break up with good volume. Okay, so you can see the last you can see here, right? It's very interesting when you look at the volume here. As we're going up through here, look at that volume just spiking. Okay, and then as we've gone down through there, the volume's tapered off. So if we get another break up through here, which I'm saying is likely to happen, and we get a nice good spike in volume, then guess what? I reckon 117 to 118, here we come on gold. So there's a bit of a market update. There's a bit of a market update also on gold as well too. And this is some things you can use on any chart time frame, but I've taught in this video to help you become a much better trader. So, did you see the charts? Obviously. Bit of a market update for you. What's happening there? What's up with that? Nasdaq. 3 doji days in a day. Oh man, don't know what's going on there. But anyway, that's a bit of a market update. We've got also gold. See with gold, see what's happening right now is that it's breaking up, but now we're getting into an area of support. So as you can see that we've had this sort of, let's get a marker here. We've had this strong buying period through here, and now we're just slowly creeping down, and the stochastics are almost at the bottom there. That's telling me a picture, and plus we're almost at that weekly support level as well too. If that thing bounces, if we get a bounce, we hold and we get a bounce up, then we're likely to see a follow through and continue up, probably around about, I would say, as high as probably 118. That's obviously on the gold ETF, GLD that is. That's what I see there. Right now it's about around about the 111 as I speak, and then suddenly if we do get some movement, then we could probably see a move back up to as high as about 118 during the rest of this year, and that gold prices could see higher. So whatever you're looking at, guys, firstly, the first thing how to read charts, one is looking at the peaks and troughs. You guys see that? Yes, you can. Cool. So one, looking at the peaks and troughs. Let me change this color here. So one, looking at the peaks and troughs. Secondly, look at the strength in moves. So are we getting a strong buying period and a weak selling period? If that's the case, and we do get a breakout, guess what? Now we're getting strong buyers, weak sellers. We're now likely to get a follow through moving up. Especially if this breakout has an increase in volume. Make sense? That's 2 strength moves. And three, look at the next time frame up. In my case, look at the weekly support and resistance levels. Make sense? So, there's a bit of a market update. There's gold. There's 3 tips to help you when reading the charts. And that's it for me for today's video. I'm out of here. Remember, success can be yours if you go climb it, so step up, take massive action, and woo! Finish off here today.